Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to give the keynote address for the Wind Energy Ireland 2021 Offshore Conference. I see there are some really interesting presentations and discussions planned over the next couple of days, which I'm sure you're all really looking forward to. Climate change is a threat to all of us, and transitioning to a low-carbon economy is a major priority for the government. With a new climate law, Ireland is now one of the most ambitious countries in the world when it comes to climate action. Our targets will require a huge shift in the energy we use, how we manage our waste, our housing stock and transport systems. Our renewable energy sector will be crucial in achieving those targets. In 2019, under the first Climate Action Plan, we committed to 70% of our electricity being created from renewable resources by 2030. As well as contributing to the decarbonisation of the electricity sector, this increased generation of renewable energy will facilitate the wider decarbonisation of our economy as we electrify transport and industry. As a result, Ireland is going to see a huge increase in demand for electricity in the coming years. Electric cars, electric heating systems, and big industries shifting away from oil and gas are going to require a lot more electricity supply as we ramp up climate action. I believe the solution is a big expansion of renewable energy production, especially offshore wind, coupled to interconnection with France. This can be a win-win-win scenario. Industry and households will be buying Irish generated electricity, often from Irish SME states, rather than importing oil and gas from abroad, from companies owned by other governments. We'll reduce carbon emissions through a shift to electric and make Ireland a sustainable place to invest for major corporations, which can be a selling point for the IDA. This is going to require streamlined planning and grid connections. Wind energy can also bring significant economic opportunities to Ireland. Job opportunities will be there in surveying, construction, commissioning of projects, but also in the operation and maintenance of infrastructure for many years to come. In this context, the government is committed to implementing the recommendations of the expert group on future skills needs to ensure that we have the skills and the people required to fill those jobs. I know Wind Energy Ireland participated in a study by the group which looked specifically at future skills needs for the low carbon economy. So thank you for your contribution to that. The latest Wind Energy Ireland report shows that Ireland's wind farms currently provide more than 5,100 jobs directly and through the supply chain, and this could rise to more than 7,000 by 2030. Offshore wind is worth 410 million annually to our economy, with most of this concentrated in rural Ireland, and I think it has the potential to contribute much more. Enterprise Ireland is actively working to develop Irish SME capacity in the offshore wind sector. 2 years ago, it established an offshore wind industry cluster to identify and work with Irish companies to drive the industry's growth. And the team continues to work closely with the sector to solve technology challenges, identify potential innovations, and capitalise on end market opportunities. There are significant supply chain opportunities as well from the development of offshore wind. These have been outlined in recent reports by Carbon Trust and KPMG. Achieving the vision set out in the programme for government to transform Ireland into an energy exporter. The ambition of that agenda, it's important that the right policies are put in place now to make it possible. Following the first renewable energy support scheme, RES auction last September, 68 renewable energy projects, wind and solar, which represent over a gigawatt of renewable energy generation capacity, are expected to be connected to the grid by 2023. Detailed planning and work is underway by the Department of Environment, Climate and Communications on the terms and conditions for the second RES onshore auction and the first offshore wind-specific auction. Corporate power purchase agreements, CPPAs, will also play an important role in providing a non-subsidised route to market for many renewable generators. As I know you're aware, the SEAI has recently concluded a public consultation on a range of policy options available to increase the percentage of electricity consumption to be met by CPPAs, and feedback from the consultation is currently under consideration. As the world emerges from the pandemic, we need to understand that there will be no return to the old normal. We need to build back better and prioritise the sustainable investments that underpin a global green recovery and the transition to low carbon economies. If the past 18 months has taught us anything, it's that no challenge is insurmountable in the face of collective spirit and ingenuity. We can employ those same traits to respond to the climate crisis. I look forward to working with your sector as we implement the new Climate Action Plan once it's published in a few weeks' time. So thank you very much, and I hope you find the next few days to be stimulating, interesting and fruitful.